Thank you for tuning into Sports and Things. I'm your host, B.
And I'm your host, Ty.
So thank you for tuning in. So our first thing we're going to talk about the Super Bowl predictions. Yes, the Super Bowl predictions. The Super Bowl, we all know it will be held February 13th in Los Angeles, California at the SoFi Stadium.
We're going to have the Bengals and the Rams going head-to-head for the Super Bowl championship ring.
So my prediction, I'm going with the underdog, even though the Bengals keep saying they're not an underdog team. Everybody know the Bengals are an underdog team because they're the Bengals. Let's be honest. The Bengals have been successful in over 10 plus years. And each season of them 10 plus years, that was supposed to be the year when they beat the Steelers and take the crown of the AFC North.
Me personally, I think it's going to be a battle to the end, and we're going to come down to the last few seconds of the fourth quarter.
To me, I think that the Bengals, if they smart enough, they will run the ball with Mixon, throw the ball to their tight end, and their defense have to be so aggressive to keep Matthew Stafford from throwing the ball or feeling comfortable in that pocket.
I personally think that Matthew Stafford is the stronger quarterback going into these Super Bowl, but we'll see. I really think that he proved himself last week with the poise that he had in the pocket and just delivering that ball, taking hits, forcing first downs. So I think that he's the most confident quarterback going into the Super Bowl.
I'm talking about Matt, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's crazy. I feel like Joe Burrow, to me, I feel like he brings a swagger to the Bengals that I was not expecting for a second-year player like himself to come to an organization who have never solidified themselves as a top-tier organization. And to come there and to do the things that he's doing, to have his guys rally behind him, and to have him playing like he's playing, even when he's getting sacked, even when it's not looking good, even when the odds are against the Bengals, they still do what they need to do. And the reason why I picked Joe Burrow, a.k.a. Joe Shiesty, because I feel like he have that it factor, and I think that he gonna put it all on the line come that Sunday in Los Angeles. And I believe that the Cincinnati Bengals is going not only is going to shock the world, but going to prove my theory that Joe Burrow might be the next great one.
Just a side note, everybody remember Joe Burrow's got lucky because Patrick Mahomes didn't complete that play. If he did, he wouldn't even be in this situation.
I never put luck into anything. I just say that Patrick Mahomes was trying to have a superhero play instead of doing a dump off pass to keep the Chiefs in to move up the field. He wanted to throw down the field, and bam, they put the Bengals in this position. And I believe that Joe Burrow and the Bengals gonna take full control of their position they in and take it all the way.
But that's it for our Super Bowl predictions. Moving on to the NBA. Let's talk about our beloved Los Angeles Lakers and their lack of ability to win games.
Oh, my God. Last night against the Portland Trail Blazers, the Lakers won 94-99. But if you had time to watch that game, the Lakers did everything that you can do as any basketball team to lose the game, and somehow they came out with the W. And that's not a great thing to say, because if you're a professional basketball team that you turn the ball over, the Portland Trailblazers had 29 points, made 29 points off of the Lakers turnover. Lakers made 1 point off the Blazer turnover, and that is horrible. That's really bad, and they still won. I feel basically about the Lakers, and I'm gonna say this. At first, I thought it was the coaching. I thought about all these different, even that time I thought it was Westbrook like everybody else believed. But at this point, I just think the Lakers are just not a fighting team. And I say that because I watched the Blazers last night without their main guy, Dame time. Out their main guy being there, they still had a fight in them. Even the Kings have fight. I mean, even other teams with no hope continue to, even the Rockets be having fight. The Lakers have no fight. The Lakers have no identity. Lakers have no fight. And I'm going to be honest, I don't feel leadership in this type of group. Not even LeBron James. I think LeBron James is playing so great on offensive side that he forgot at the end of the day, I must also be a leader. He happy that he's having the greatest offense production he had in a long time. And I think at this point, it's like you feel, you're that guy with the ball. And I think everything else fall wayside. When you see LeBron scoring so much, if you go back and look at the percentage of winning, when he scores so much and all he's doing is scoring, he will lose because he's tired. He's trying to compensate something because the team can't do something. And his scoring helped them keep it. The scoring helped keep the Lakers in the game, but also the scoring take him out his game where he's not passing the ball. He's not
controlling the floor, and he's not controlling the tempo, the offense and the defense. So He's not the game master at this. Now he's just the scorer.
Exactly.
And it really changes the identity of a team when you put LeBron James in that situation.
Because he's never been like a Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan to this pure scorer. I'm not saying he cannot score, he cannot do what he needs to do.
More so the mind state, put the game on my back.
Exactly.
He was more so like he enables everybody else around him to be great. So then completely, that's a great team.
Exactly. So everybody, it's like an outlet. Once you keep plugging all these plugs in the wall, you're gonna get some power. So at the end of the day, that's to me, I look at him as an octopus because he had all these things he do for a team. He helped them. I'm a big Kobe Bryant fan. I like Jordan too. I'm used to pure score. I'm used to the old school. Basically, you the guy. You take it all the way, put it in your back, and yada yada yada. But as I continue to watch basketball and watch LeBron throughout his career, I realized, damn, it's not bad to be a passer. It's not bad to learn how to get your whole team involved. Because when your whole team involved, it take all the pressure off of you. That's why he's 37 and playing the way he playing. And a lot of 37s, like even Michael Jordan, even Kobe Bryant, they will not be able to play at this high caliber level at no 37.
Because they have so many injuries.
Exactly, carrying teams so many times. So let's get down to the point. What can the Lakers do to help? I don't believe the Lakers have a chance to turn their identity of who they are around. But what can they do for the next 40 games after the All-Star?
They got 30 games.
30-some games after that.
Mm-hmm.
What can they do out of them 30? Because them 30 is going to be the most important games for the Lakers. They're going to even put the Lakers in the in play.
In play, but I think that they can. I really think if they play consistently and get these good wins, that they won't be. They'll be probably like 5 or 6.
The 6th seed.
Possibly, but we'll see. I feel like if the Lakers, if they have to keep everybody they had and they had no hopes of trading or getting new pieces, I think that they could do well if Westbrook play like Westbrook, and we need him to move the ball, get rebounds, play defense.
We need to.
That's it.
And I'm not. My thing is this with Westbrook I've seen, and with every player, it's all about rhythm. Why you think LeBron James is so happy that he found his rhythm to his offense? Because dang, even though we see all this stuff, we cannot play against no NBA star. Where people think that Westbrook can't shoot, you put Westbrook at Venice Beach and take him to the court, he whooping everybody's ass. Because this is not what you think it is. He has to find his rhythm. And he don't have a rhythm with the Lakers. Not only because Frank Vogel put him out at that game, and he could have acted a fucking fool about being put out, but I'm pretty sure he was upset, but he kept his composure. But when you feel like a coach doesn't believe in you or these things of that such, it really messes with your mental. So like my prediction to help them out is payday game. AD must stay healthy in these games. AD cannot go down for a stretch at a time. It won't be good. LeBron James must come back, and he cannot go back down again for no stretch of a time. He must be in there, because when you have LeBron James on your team and playing basketball, you always have a chance to win.
Definitely. So they just have to be great in their own rights and continue to be consistent. LeBron has to be LeBron.
The West is competitive.
Westbrook has to be Westbrook. And Anthony Davis has to be Anthony Davis. And
stay inside their game, because I'm going to be honest. People said, if the Lakers make to the playoffs, and Westbrook said, then I agree with him. Once you get to the playoffs, your record is 0-0. That's all what it is. No, we ain't seen the 73-9 Warriors and lost.
Was up 3-1 and still lost.
So
that
once
series.
you get into the playoffs, I don't give a dang if you get in there on a luck. Like last year when LeBron James shot that 3 to put them in the playoff. At the once you get into the playoffs, once you enter that playoffs, once you get there, you gotta show up. You know what I mean? Your record is 0-0, and I believe if the Lakers can get to the playoff, I believe LeBron James, I believe AD, and I believe Russell can somehow work together and find a rhythm for they can win. Because anybody know if either of them three get hot or them three get hot all together, they're in trouble. Mm-hmm. Exactly.
All right, so now we're moving on to Cowboys.
The NFL. Dallas Cowboys, a.k.a. American team. It's been saying that for years.
Yeah, that's American team. America ain't looking good.
Yeah, I always thought American team was the Patriots because of the flag and all that stuff, and they always winning. So, the Cowboys, a lot of people put a lot of things about the Cowboys losing and things like that, and them not being successful as people will hope because of they honor Jerry Jones. But honestly, I believe he had 3 good teams that he put together. The 2014 Cowboys, everybody know that famous thing in Lambeau when Dez Bryant dropped the ball. The 2016 when Dak Prescott entered, they had a chance, and then this year they had the ability to really go and make their name and call their name into the Super Bowl, but they fell short. First playoff game, lost as usual. Dak Prescott. A lot of people put a lot of things that he came off an injury and his mental wasn't there. And yada. I mean, you gotta look at these young players, these young quarterbacks. You got Jones out there, and Patriots. You got Joe Burrow. You got Herbert with the Los Angeles Chargers. You got a lot of these young quarterbacks that's really stepping up and proving themselves. And I feel like Dak Prescott going to his 6th year, we can't continue to make these. No. You have to, and to be a quarterback, you have to be mentally strong. You have to be in any moment. You have to be mentally strong to make the proper decision with the ball. And I don't feel at times that Dak Prescott make proper decisions with the ball. And you the quarterback, you the leader of your offense. You the anchor of that team. If you're playing right, your guy's gonna rally behind you. We seen that this weekend with the Los Angeles Rams.
Definitely, that defense stood up.
We all seen it that at the end of the day, that defense stood on all 10. That defense stood on all 10 and got them one. So at the end of the day, they rally behind their quarterback. And I feel like Dak Prescott haven't brought that energy for your team to rally behind you. I feel like a team play like Dak Prescott. They don't play aggressive. They don't play with urgency. They don't play that knowing that this is important. Look at the defense. They wasn't back there harassing. Say his name for me.
Matthew Stafford.
No, Cowboys.
Galapio.
Oh God, it wasn't.
Geppetto.
I didn't want to say it, or I didn't want to butcher his last name. But yeah. So he was back there having a good time. So at the end of the day, they played just like they coached to. The coach sit there on the sideline looking lost, quiet, don't know what to do. That's how his team played.
Offensive coordinator calling out
horrible plays. And 14 seconds, he all game that he could have ran, that he didn't run not one time, but he gonna run. We got 14 seconds on the clock and no timeout. Okay, I see where you going at, Dak. I see what it is, Dak.
It make no sense.
It make no sense. So I don't believe that Jerry Jones is a problem. I don't believe that any of them things, because I feel like he had put a lot of talent on the Cowboys. Anybody you take that whole Cowboys team and you put them with a better coach, you put them with a better opportunity, the Cowboys will be a totally different team. I just believe in my all in all that they just don't have the players that they used to have. They don't have a Troy Aikman. They don't got a Deion Sanders. They don't got a Michael Irvin. They don't got an Emmitt Smith. They don't have none of these players. They don't have none of these top tier, like, they want to win. Like, they just want to fight. They don't have these type of players.
Exactly. Players that are self-determined. They don't really worry about what everyone else is doing. They go out there and they get it done. We're going to get it done because this is how we play.
Exactly. So whether Jerry Jones, we all know Jerry Jones want to be in everybody's music videos. He want to be in everybody's press conference.
He like Diddy.
He want to be that guy.
He want to be the Diddy in the NFL.
Yeah, he do. But I don't. It's easy to throw it all on him, but I also believe it's coaching and players. Because once you go in that field, you have to do what you got to do to win. I don't care what Jerry Jones think. If they win, he's happy. So the future of the Cowboys, I'm be honest with you, I think they're going to have to start looking for a new quarterback. I'm a huge Ezekiel Elliott fan, but Ezekiel Elliott have not been playing his best football in these last 2 years. And yeah, people say the O-line. I ain't seen people play with bad O-lines and still be productive. And don't get me wrong, he still is productive. He still got 1,000+ yards this year. Even with a bruised PCL or something like that, he played through it the whole season with the knee brace, and he was doing what he needed to do. And congrats, my hat go off to him. But I feel like the Cowboys is stagnant at this point. So too much stagnation. I don't think the long run gonna be the greatest thing. But that's I conclude ourselves on all that Cowboys future shit. So we're gonna do a closing. So we getting down to the last couple of
30 games in the regular season in the NBA. So we're gonna try to do our early NBA Finals prediction. One for the West, and one for the East. Who you got?
I'm a Lakers fan. I feel.
Don't sound delusional.
I'm not delusional. I feel like if the Lakers can get you know what I mean, Remember the time they told Kobe, if the Lakers, no, we going to the playoffs. Mm-hmm. But if the Lakers get into the playoffs, and if the Lakers can find some stretch of consistency, some stretch of cohesiveness with playing basketball together, I believe that they're the most dangerous team in the West. That's my prediction.
Okay, and who's your East team?
My East is difficult. I was going with Brooklyn when I first started this year, but Brooklyn, got KD going down. You got
internal problems.
Yeah, you got Kyrie Irving. You got Kyrie Irving who just
can't play some games and travel certain places.
No, not Harden. I'm talking about Kyrie Irving.
I'm talking about.
You said Harden.
I said Harden. He don't really want to be there.
Yeah, because he feel like he getting special privileges. Mm-hmm. So I think if they can get that all handled, people think everybody else. I still believe that Nets are. When KD get on the floor, the Nets always had a chance to win. KD is a pure scorer. He gonna take it there. But I'm gonna pick the Nets. I don't see nobody knocking them down.
Your prediction: NBA Finals, Los Angeles Lakers,
and the Nets.
Brooklyn Nets. Okay.
I think it go down to a 7 game, all the way to 7 games.
Super delusional, but okay, I gotta respect you for your opinion. 2022 NFL Finals. NBA Finals. I'm going with the Warriors. Nets. To say anything else would not even make sense.
I think that the Warriors are gonna have to go through a lot of teams that they didn't think that they would have to go through. To be number 2, you're gonna have to face number 7. And the West is so packed. And even if you be the Suns, you gotta face the Los Angeles Lakers number 8. It's still gonna be a hard chance because you don't know what type of Lakers you're gonna get. If you get the Lakers as bums, of course it's easy for you. But if you get the Lakers that you got AD playing at the top of his game, you got LeBron James, you got Russell, and the other team that's coming in, he's like, damn, that's gonna be a hard fight. So I'm going with the Lakers. I'm going with they find themselves. They fix their problems. Even it's not gonna be easy, but they find themselves just in the right time to whoop ass in that playoff run.
Yeah, but the Lakers starters not even better than the Clippers bench. The Clippers been winning games and they just got a bench. So imagine when they stars come back, you can't even say they gonna do better than the Lakers. No. The Clippers.
They starting to come back this year. You got Kawhi ain't coming back. Paul George got another surgery that put him out. Yeah, most likely put him out for the rest of the year. Yeah, they done for you.
Okay,
you got to worry about Clippers. You got to worry about Clippers.
No chance.
Now, if the Clippers have a full healthy roster with PG and Claw, hell yeah, ain't no chance. But that's our little podcast for today. Thank you for tuning in with Sports and Things. Like I always say, I'm on the West Coast. Peace.